folks. Welcome to Follow the Leader, a podcast focused on telling character-driven stories through the use of GM-less tabletop games where we can all take the lead. You can find us on Tumblr and Blue Sky at FTLcast and at FTLcast.com. Probably by the time this is out, FTLcast.com will look like something. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/FTLcast. Today we're playing Dream Askew by Avery Alder. For those of you who are new to this game, here are the basics. Dream Askew gives us ruined buildings and wet tarps, nervous faces in the campfire glow, strange new psychic powers, fierce queer love, and turbulent skies above a fledgling community, asking, what do you do next? I'm Mac. You can find me at Citadel of Swords on most social media, assuming that social media still exists. My pronouns are they, them, for now. Playing with me today, we have August.
Hello, I'm August. You can find me on Tumblr at Strange Harpy and on Blue Sky at Harpy Dora, and my pronouns are they, them.
Annya.
Hey, I'm Annya. You cannot find me, so I'll continue telling you about books I read. The last book I read was Under the Surface by Diana Urban, and 6 out of 5 stars. It's amazing. If you like the Paris catacombs, a little bit of horror, people getting lost in the Paris catacombs, good shit. My pronouns are they, them.
And Cory.
Hey folks, my name's Cory. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me here with you, or also on Sagas of the Sunless Reach under Apricus the Luminary. Go ahead and give that a listen if you can.
Definitely do that. Absolutely do that. Our lines, things we absolutely do not want to see, are racism, anti-Semitism, violence against children and animals, sexual assault, domestic violence or intimate partner violence, unwanted pregnancy, plagues, and pandemics. Our veils, things we're fine with addressing but will just fade to black on, are steamy situations, graphic descriptions of bodily harm, and terminal illness. Content warnings for this game will include sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and the use of hard drugs. It's something that's baked into Dream Askew. It is an important, integral part of the game as it plays and the setting, so it feels wrong to pull that out. Now that we've got all that, let's get started.
Woo! Yippee! What a good lead off, you know?
Yeah, you can tell that I've done too many intros where I like directly introduce the other players because this is the second or third time I've done that. Oh well. Yeah, we're playing Dream Askew, which is a game that I personally have been wanting to play since we started this podcast.
Wow, long legacy. Glad to be here for it.
We've played it before on the podcast, but that was all the way back in season 1, and I wasn't there. The channel for this game in particular has existed since, 2018. It is now 2025. We're killing it.
Oh yeah, no, I just looked and I just noticed, literally December 30th, 2018. My god.
Yeah.
Backlog.
It's been a long time and we're finally getting around to it.
It's been a while.
Long time.
Oh, we went 2 different places with that.
Before we talk about the Enclave / maybe at the same time that we talk about the Enclave, we need to talk about time.
Is it real?
We need to know when this game is set.
Amazing statements, to be clear. Before we even get to who this is or where this is or what this is, we need to go when this is.
We need to go when this is. the thing is that we have a setting in mind for this. I think that the Enclave visuals and conflicts are going to do a lot to inform when we are, in terms of, like, what is interesting to us. But it is vital and imperative that we know when we are, because that will have an impact on some things, including the size, probably most notably the size of our Enclave, and also how safe it is. So, this game provides a huge list. It's pretty long. A long list of visuals, of which we pick 3 to 5, and 3 things that are in conflict. I am not going to read off everything, because it's very long, and we'd be here for the next, like, that would take a very long time. So I would much rather us just throw some ideas around. We can call this a bit of idle dreaming if we want to, which is a feature of Dream Askew the game, which I should probably open, even though I know that most of the text of Dream Askew is just the play kit. So, do any of y'all have something that you're particularly interested in on this list to lead us off? The sky is the limit. Don't let yourself be constrained by preconceived notions and ideas.
Redesign your logo.
What?
I was thinking of Lemon Demon. I'm sorry.
You just said that, and I was like, what are you talking about?
It's a long story. I did not write here story, but it is one of my favorite Lemon Demon songs. Anyway,
Okay.
Gosh dang it. When is the question? Okay, so as someone who's coming from this totally from the outside, I need to ask, what is the overall, like, length of time that we have to work with here in terms of near to far?
So this is also a thing that is a little bit up in the air.
Got it.
This is absolutely positively post-Calamity to me.
Okay.
Whether or not we are in the city itself, I think depends on the things that we are interested in. So we can be my impulse is to say anywhere from, let's say, I don't want to give an actual number.
No, that's fine. I was thinking more in terms of, like, scales of numbers. Like, is this a centuries, decades, or like years kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to give I'm giving a scale. We can be, I want to say, anywhere between roughly a decade post-apocalypse to the present-ish.
Okay.
My brain keeps erring on the side of earlier.
Yeah. No, that's fine by me.
We don't have to stay earlier. If we are in the city, we have established that the city was established 60 to 70 years post-Calamity. So that's a stricter timeline. But if we don't want to be in a city and we just want to be in the world, I would say roughly a decade post-Calamity is safe, because that's the point at which the sun starts rising again. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm worried about it.
I'm worried about it, but it's I know who's not worried about it, and that's the person that I've put together. So, well, I think it's fair to say maybe, like, one not in the midst of the city. If it sounds to me like, I think this is a natural thing. I'm thinking Etrian Odyssey post-apocalypse, which is not related to this. I love that game. This is, to me, something that does sound like, if it's something that's struggling to be established and stay up, probably maybe 2-3 decades out at the longest from this catastrophic event.
Yeah. Well,
that is
for
where
the
I
final
sit.
domino, I would say, because the apocalypse was a thing that kind of fell over years and years and years, and
Yeah.
then kind of culminated in a oh shit, the world is ending situation.
Yeah, I assume it's not one big boom and then everything like immediately goes. I think it's not as exciting, but I always assume slow decline.
Yeah.
Infrastructure gets wrecked kind of things, and then people get slowly starved out kind of situation.
There was a big war between magic and machines that culminated in an attempted divine intervention, but the humans who attempted divine intervention forgot that the divine have wills of their own, and shit happened.
Attempted does so much work in that phrase. I need you to know.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a heavy lifter in the imagery. Okay, yep, nodding my head.
Let's look at. I see someone's already highlighted something in visuals.
Yeah. I feel like mutant plants blooming is always a fun one. I feel like there is some precedent for mutant plants in this world, and I would love to be near them.
Wow.
It's such a fucking loaded statement, August.
having just literally done a mutant plant the last time I was around.
Fuck, I wasn't even thinking
so,
of that.
So funny. So extremely funny.
I know you were thinking about.
I know it was something different, but it's just.
I know you were thinking about green post-apocalypse, but it is very funny.
So funny. Oh my god.
I'm not escaping the obsessed with a Cory character allegations.
Allegations, yeah.
No, not in the fucking slightest, dog.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to, but it was right there. I had to call it.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I the minute you called it, I was like, well, I'm gonna call this one too.
Thank you for being mutually into getting someone's ass. I think.
No. You go, and then I want to hear if Annya has any thoughts to throw in here.
I love a bombed out shell of a place. I am true to myself and true to an abandoned complex. Give me this brutalist hellscape in addition with plants all over the joint, concrete, something.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like I'm doing a draft. How about y'all?
I like the couple of green aspects, like the reclaimed green space or the repurposed plastics. I'm currently on repurposed plastics, but I could see.
Repurposed plastics is a strong flavor, I do note.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I like that.
Reclaimed green space is harmonious because it implies a sort of normalcy against the mutant plants, but repurposed plastics, I just love... The thing is, right? When it comes to the idea of an apocalypse, there's always the idea of a world before, and I do deeply enjoy consisting off of what a prior society would consider waste, and how that tends to become a valuable thing in a world beyond it that uses it in ways that society had just never really considered or become blind to, by merit of having abundance or taking it for granted.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. One more for 200?
We have semi-established a sort of nuclear bullshit happening. I don't think that this is exactly what eerie warning signs are referring to, but I do think that there is a sense of that in this space. Like, I don't think that okay, so Trog brought in chemical weapons specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I am not necessarily bringing in okay, I'm kind of bringing in the ghost of nuclear in this point. I don't think that like nuclear options have been used for like a very, very long time, but the specter of it still hangs above us in a very real way.
Some like, this is not a place of honor bullshit.
Thank you,
yeah, a
wavelength.
lot of that.
I was quite literally thinking that. I didn't want to say it until in case.
Oh, I was about to. Don't worry about it.
Thank goodness, wavelength.
It's very much a situation of like, you see these signs, places, and you have no idea what exactly. Like, it could be nuclear, it could be weird magic bullshit, it could just be the way that the world works, because this world was weird enough before it ended. You know, like it's a matter of like, all right, what gamble are you going to take by venturing deeper into fringe spaces? And also, what the fuck do these signs mean? They're very vague.
It just seems bad. It just seems bad, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we exist where others don't right now.
I think that if anybody has a super strong idea about a fifth one, that we should do that.
I do have an idea about a fifth one, but please feel free to veto it. But what if there's a train station?
I thought it was gonna be some hot take, but it's a train station.
It's just trains, which I love. Yeah.
Let's fucking do it. Let's bring the train in.
Let's bring the
hot
train
take,
in.
guys. What if there were trains?
Hot take. Public infrastructure?
Yeah, train station. I'm down.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I do love public infrastructure.
I also do love public infrastructure.
Cool.
I took the Shinkansen like twice in my life, and I can't stop thinking about it ever.
So, 3 things that are in conflict in the Enclave, I think, are going to be what is interesting enough for us to bounce off of in this game. These, for me, are plot hooks.
Mm-hmm.
So what are things that we are interested in grappling with and willing to grapple with, is what I will say also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've flat out taken one of the conflicts off the table because I'm deeply disinterested in it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not really either. And I genuinely, I do not think it makes sense in the time period that we are in.
Mm-hmm. I would like to
I'm
posit...
seeing you... Yeah, what is that?
I would like to posit politics of the void. I think that the void can mean a lot of things in this setting.
So true, bestie.
And the politics of it, like, who thinks the void is good versus who thinks the void is bad versus who thinks the void is something that you can use. I think all of that could be very interesting.
Yeah, nodding my head.
Mm-hmm.
Me thinking the grid, but with the void instead. I looking at our group of friends here that we've assembled, am looking at the use of violence.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
We've made an interesting group of people here, but yeah. I think this is one of those things that will explain itself better as we get into who we've actually made, but I'm just gonna preemptively mark that one out now.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you.
What else are we thinking?
I have an idea, but I would rather, Annya, if you want to, if you want to, I would rather that you pick the last one.
Absolutely.
Why not 4 things that are in conflict and all the conflict all the time?
I mean,
4 on fire.
I mean, definitely, but like, I want to make sure, like, I want to make sure that the people who are weighing in are not the person with a 10,000 word setting guide to this.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, the only thing I could think of with Cory choosing the use of violence is what leads to violence better than party culture.
Wait. Okay, so that does line up well. So fair enough. Oh,
I do
boy.
love that.
I do love this, and we're all gonna hear why. Not right now, but immediately, shortly after.
Yeah, I mean,
right now, skip everything.
Skip everything. I'm taking over. This is now my 15 minutes.
Forget everything you know.
I'm totally down with party culture if other folks are down, so.
Sure.
I love party culture. The thing with my character is that they are a little bit of a hedonist, so
Yeah. Look, game knows game. There, we've got some hedonists in the gesturing.
yeah.
Oh boy, we've got that's interesting. Do we want to do a fourth? Are we here to do a fourth?
I'm looking at what we have as conflicts and thinking about mine and thinking about my idea and going, actually, I don't think it needs to be a conflict. I think it can just be a thing that is kind of chilling on the outskirts. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to highlight it because I'm shrug emoji.
Okay.
Yeah, we're here for a little background radiation. That's fine.
Do you want to bring it up?
Goddess cults.
I was hoping a little bit, but yeah, no, I was like, based on listening, it does sound like it's just something that's in the air.
Yeah.
It's goddess cults and or religious customs because of the way that gods in this world work. But
Yeah.
like I don't think that that's necessarily I don't think that needs to be a conflict thing. Like I think that can just be a thing.
It does just sound like setting flavor, yeah.
Yeah, that's for me that's just setting flavor. So I'm perfectly happy to have these be our conflicts because I think that these three are all intertwined with each other in a way that is going to be very interesting without needing to pull us totally off course.
Oh yeah.
We can ground this in a very real way, which is me also realizing that I think this is the first time I'm playing a character in this setting who's not immortal.
Beauty.
Speaking of which, let's talk about characters.
Let's talk about characters, yeah. We want to go in order?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then that puts me first up to bat. I'm using a lot of baseball metaphors today. Hi, everybody. I have put together a hawker in this case, and in this sense, very much someone in the means of which they sell something, a pusher, a hawker, or what have you. So, as the playbook introduces it, the market failed, the shops and restaurants and factories closed their doors, and into that void stepped the hawker, hustling and working odd jobs, pulling a livelihood out of the rubble of apocalypse. The hawker is an industrious individual. Their power is material, social, and contingent. So, this one goes out to my dear friends, Coda and Shrog and Cass and Lizzie. Just kind of out there. But I've pulled forward an old character from a few years ago in a completely different campaign. This one is Sparkplug. Someone that I have lovingly described as a belts and bandoliers elemental kind of person. I have chosen for the look description an honest face, tone indicator negative, and precise hands. Gender here listed as gender fluid. The wardrobe styles I've selected are gold chains and scrounge ups. There's a lot of things within this playbook. For the hawker, it's things provided, desired currencies, key relationships, and everybody gets some questions. I assume by left and right we'll go up and down. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can pick which question you ask which direction. We'll do questions after everybody's introduced characters.
Sounds good. That's the pacing. So the three things that Sparkplug provides, and this is why the earlier things are very fun. Number 1, surveillance. Number 2, guns and ammo. Number 3, hard drugs. Fun.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
What was
we're
that
already
last
starting
one?
off great. Hard drugs. Yeah, that's, you know.
That
You
plays into
said
party
party
culture really well, actually.
I was not going to influence that. I am so glad that you snatched that one up. I cannot state enough how glad I am for that one. The two desired currencies in this case include work trade and protection. This is not a strong person, to be clear. And the two key relationships they have set out is my ingenue assistant and the loan shark who finally tracked me down.
Yikes.
You gotta have someone come knocking at your door.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I said this in text chat. It is very funny that Cory was between Hawker and Stitcher for Sparkplug, because I was between Stitcher and Hawker for everyone's favorite trash asshole, Reuben Murdoch.
Trash hole.
Trash hole. Stitcher worked better, but I could have seen an argument for Hawker, and then you were like, Hawker or maybe Stitcher, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. The wavelength continues to be present. It's kind of frightening, actually.
Yep. The Stitcher is introduced in the text. Things break, supplies run out, bodies get wounded. The Stitcher is there, fixing, mending, making, repurposing. They have a workshop and an uncanny intuition. The Stitcher is a resourceful individual. Their power is technical, material, and reactive. Their look, they use they them pronouns exclusively. Their look is appraising eyes and busy hands. ADHD king. Gender is agender. Which is not precisely how I would describe their gender, but it's close enough. Two wardrobe styles for them are scrounge-ups and countless pockets. Two workshop functions. My two workshop functions are metalworking and chemistry. Reuben, I think, back in the day, depending on when this is in time, in other universes, Reuben is a jewelry repair person. So metalworking, but also blows shit up.
Nice.
Where I get the bulk of my supplies, people just bring me the weirdest shit. Yes, this is an actual thing written in the playbook. I did not make this up. And their two key relationships are a ghost who haunts my workspace and the beautiful boy that makes me trip up my words.
Wow.
I have ideas for the ghost. I know exactly who the beautiful boy is, and we'll see if that comes up. We'll get into the rest of their deal later.
All right, so I think that's me then.
Yes.
Cool. So I'll be playing Moira, uses he, him pronouns, as the tiger. The police fled the neighborhood. Things were scary for a while. Now, the tiger and their gang own the streets around here. Is that ownership still contested? The tiger is a wicked fierce individual. Their power is social, violent, and hard-won. In as far as Moira's look, he has a tough face and solid arms, kind of built like a brick shithouse. His gender is gargoyle. His two wardrobe styles are leather and flashy acquisitions. The two trappings of his gang are a safe house and chains and rusty pipes. His gang's biggest flaw is we owe a lot of debts that we can't pay. And his two key relationships are the Wasteland biker pack I have an uneasy truce with, and the aging dyke who cooks me dinner sometimes.
Wow.
Nice. I'm just nodding my head.
All right, Annya, you're up.
Okay. I'm playing The Arrival. Let me... When society shoves you out, you don't really have time to process. You need food, shelter, friends. The Arrival found their way to the Enclave. Can they barter a measure of amnesty into a permanent home? The Arrival is an individual in flux. Their power is contingent, technical, and suspect. And I'm playing Aster, who uses she, they pronouns. For my look, I have a tired frame and gloved hands. My gender is ambiguous. Wardrobe styles are long sleeves and bloodstains. I had to decide how I knew the Enclave existed, and picked I was a scavenger living alone before injury forced me to seek out a bigger community. 2 things that I brought with me when I fled is a phone that still got service and my dog. I guess I probably should name, because it gave me the option of my dog, and why would I not pick my dog?
It's one of the least surprising choices that you could have made.
This is so real.
Which I say because I know you, Annya. Of course
I'll
you're
go
going to
puppy.
pick the dog.
A puppy.
Now the question is it like big, mean, intimidating dog, or is it like tiny little purse dog that listens really well and attacks people on command? Like super loyal, but also just looks like a purse dog. No clue. Figure that out.
Oof or yip? That's the question.
Yeah. Maybe Boof could be good.
Small dog, big boof.
Oh,
Or no.
small dog, big boof.
2 key relationships are the people I fled from and the first person to offer me a stiff drink. Boom.
Sorry, I'm just gritting at that one. Okay.
So, next, we all have questions to ask of the other players at the table. One left, one right. We can pick from these 2 questions which one we want to ask left and right. So my impulse is to say that we do one each. So Cory asks one, I ask one, August, Annya, and then we go back up and Cory asks the second one, and then me, and then... I'm
Happy?
also kind of genuinely, like, fuck it. If you want, like, Cory, if you want to ask a question of August and, like, hop, sure.
We hoppin'?
I think we can, because there's 4 of us. We're going to be enough entangled with each other that if you want to ask August a question instead of asking me or Annya, like, go for it.
Nah, I do want to throw one to Annya. Because I feel this is the most appropriate with the hawker side of things, too.
Okay.
So, I've got for Aster. Why have I been sizing you up recently?
I was hoping that was the one.
You're welcome.
Because that's the one I had actually put thought into. My question is, have I been stealing from you?
Have you been?
And you're like, gonna watch that one. Or, is it something else? Like, I don't know, am I competition? Which is more interesting, if I'm stealing from you or competition?
I think the stealing from me thing is interesting, and it's not because I am watching out for product. It is because I am impressed with the chutzpah of it. And I think that this is something where... So, to clarify a bit of how Sparkplug works, 1, high on their own supply situation, but 2, very much opportunistic in a lot of ways. I think they see someone who is bold enough to actually try that and also succeed because they're setting up a surveillance network. Clearly, you know some way to slip past this kind of thing. You have the ability, you have the means, you've gotten the things. Sure, someone who is less commercially minded or less minded for keeping people hooked on things, maybe they would just shut that down outright and try and get you booted. But this is someone that could do things. If I can grab something on it and turn it around, maybe I can turn you into a capo of some kind, you know?
Oh. I'm intrigued.
Okay. So yes, has Aster been stealing from me is the route we'll go, I think.
Nice.
Okay. Mac, you're up.
Moira.
Mm-hmm.
what broken thing do you have that I could fix?
I think it has to be a musical instrument of some sort. Moira, has historically played percussion. But maybe at some point he picked up a woodwind instrument, like a flute. And that flute was missing like a valve or something. And Ruben was able to fix it. Now, that doesn't mean Moira's good at it, but he has it now.
Now, that being said, I could fix this. I don't think I have yet.
Okay. Then yes, I think it's a flute that's missing a key component, and that's what I have that you could fix.
Okay.
All right. Ruben.
Hmm.
Why don't you trust me?
Gee! I wonder if it's because you absolutely ooze magic out of every pore, and not the sort of kind that I'm familiar with in my line of work. I wonder if I can tell. My guess is that the quote unquote deal with the devil still exists in some capacity.
Yeah, that's why we owe a lot of debts that we can't pay.
Yeah. So I cannot imagine that I cannot tell that that I cannot tell that something of this nature exists, and I don't know what it is, and it is disorienting in a way that's not like, it's disorienting to not understand it. You know what I mean? Like, there is something that he is not telling us, and is not something that can easily be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, gee, I wonder why.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that makes total sense.
Ooh.
What's your first question, Annya?
Moira, what was the first thing you noticed about me?
Definitely the bloodstains. And I can't... The thing is, like, I'm no stranger to violence, but I still can't quite figure out if those bloodstains are yours or someone else's.
Ooh. Nice.
Incredible.
All right, second batch of questions.
Yep, round robin once again. And this one's an easy one to ask for Ruben from Sparkplug's end. What do I regularly hook you up with?
I don't know where that laugh came from. Jesus.
What's their name?
No. This is an actual object. This is not a who. These are weird cursed trinkets, I think.
Oh boy.
Ruben, for personal reasons related to the leg that is made of living silver flesh, Ruben is, just buried the lead there. Ruben is after objects of varying magic-ish power to fuck around and find out, I think is the best way to describe it. And when I think that, like, Ruben and Sparkplug are like, Ruben said to Sparkplug at one point, like, okay, if there's anything that you find that you can't sell in a reasonable, like, frame of time, just pass it on to me and I'll take care of it. Like, and what does take care of it mean? If Sparkplug
Stop
asked,
asking questions.
Ruben would explain.
Oh, and Sparkplug would ask, to be clear. Like, they they hear fuck around and find out, and they go, okay, well, what are you fucking around with and what are you finding out? Because I want to know that.
Ruben would possibly just invite them to an experiment night, I guess.
Very good.
Which we can totally do in scenes at some point. Just kind of experimenting with magic to see if I don't actually. It's funny because all this time with this silver leg, I have not figured out what Ruben's end goal with it is yet. It's just kind of been a thing they had, but I know that there is an end goal of some kind. I just don't, play to find out what it is.
Yeah, it's like the car out on the lawn. You got a project that's running eternally, right? You keep going. You don't have a goal. Your goal is the thing, right? To do the thing.
When the dog catches the car.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Sparkplug, what did I lend to you recently?
Well, easy. You've got chemical supplies. I have a need. I can use those. The thing is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sourcing stuff. That takes talking to people and making connections, potentially across long distances. Making stuff. Sparkplug's already fairly technically inclined anyway. This is why the Stitcher was an option before I went with the Hawker.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like their method of making was centered more around the mechanical, not so much the chemical. So they've been like much like how Ruben has been fucking about with this weird magical cursed trinkets, things that come from places we should not be. Sparkplug's been fucking about with things like the mutant plants and trying to figure out how to make weird new drugs out of them. And that includes needing the ability to boil, distill, contain, steam up, do a bunch of different things to these strange plants that no one really knows how they came from, to make them into something cool and new and interesting and potentially mind-altering.
You're fun. I'm glad I'm stealing from you.
Take what you will. There's plenty to take. So if you invite Sparkplug to an experiment night, for them, experimenting is definitely more than just the magical, but they'll focus on it if you ask.
Mm-hmm.
So for my second question, Aster, what have you recently contributed to the cause? And by this, the cause is like the welfare of the Enclave.
Mm-hmm. Could it have anything to do with the fact that I have a working fucking cell phone?
That raises some good questions about what a working piece of technology like that looks like, and also what it connects to.
As for what it connects to, shit is weird enough in this world.
Yeah.
That it's not clear what it's connected to, but it sure is connected. Time is fake.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that letting us use your technology in whatever capacity we need is a good one.
Hell yeah. So, in that regard, do you have any ideas how the cell phone could come into play?
I think it's the what it ends up being connected to that's the main joint, right? Having a line of contact that can reach across long distances is extremely valuable, and assuming that it can contact the right people or the wrong people, depending.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about who it could get to.
Do I think I'm contacting the right people, and then that's just kind of something we play to find out?
I think it could be a play to find out kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it very much could be the situation where, despite your perceptions, things happen when you call people.
I also have a detail to add here, which is a thing that I think would be fun to touch on in play. At some point, if if you're cool with this, because this is your cell phone, Anya, so I think you get final say. You have not had an inbound call on it since you reached the Enclave.
Oh, I like that. Have I tried to make calls, but nothing happens?
Well, it's you call outbound, but people don't call you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that leaves room for someone to suddenly call me.
Exactly. This is
Good.
exactly what I'm hinting at. Is the option I because I think it's so tricky. Technology is so tricky. It's like, who does have a phone?
Mm-hmm.
Who has a phone? Who can be contacted? Like, what is this useful? What is this method of communication useful for? Oh, fuck me. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna save this.
Good. We love those noises.
I'm gonna save this and push it off until later.
I can already feel the red strings pinboard forming up. It's great.
Yeah, me with the place that is Hero World. Definitely. Okay. Last question from Anya.
Yes. Sparkplug, why do you wish I had never arrived?
Because you make me think.
Ooh.
It's been so easy to consider things as a sheer in and out, supply, sell, buy, get in, experiment, play with, and other sorts of things. And I've had a stable enough relationship with Moira being here to help keep things in order, with Ruben being here to help keep things running. Pure transaction, simple, easy. But now we have someone new, an unknown quantity that's more than just a face, more than just someone trying to knock at my door to pick up something I owe them, more than just someone that I have around to help me with things who seems like a genius but is very stable. Now we have someone who can move, someone who can call, and someone who I can use. But more than that, someone who can use me.
Maybe. You never know.
I don't know what they can do.
I don't either, so we're gonna find that out together, my friend.
And that makes me think.
Love that.
Of course.
All of that, everything that we just talked about with the phone leads me to highlight expanded networks and shared knowledge for the digital realm.
Oh, absolutely.
In the world as its two desires.
I like that idea a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The reestablishment of connection over long distances. We've been doing this for an hour, so I don't want to spend too much time, but I do want to really quick run through the world's playbooks, which we pick up and put down as needed as the game progresses. I think we can introduce all of them as we pick them up, but I would like to pick the desires.
Sure.
Our worlds, the world playbooks, just a brief rundown of them. The varied scarcities, the psychic maelstrom, the society intact, the digital realm, the outlying gangs, and the earth itself.
Bonzer.
Since I just picked 2 desires for the digital realm, I'm gonna let other people look at these.
No, that's fine. I think we can do 2 and 2 and 2 and 2.
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna immediately weigh in on another one, is my point.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair. I was actually thinking, based off of everything that I've been hearing for the varied scarcities at least, we got a lot of debts running around, and we got a lot of people doing weird things and picking up weird stuff out of them. It sounded to me, based off of that we're sitting in a place for uncomfortable bargains and scrappy DIY.
I am absolutely here for that.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yes.
Such is le material.
So I'm going to pause it for the psychic maelstrom because I'm imagining the psychic maelstrom being like the conglomeration of a lot of different forces in this world, like the forces of magic, the forces of divinity, that kind of thing. I would like to posit that one of the desires is revenge.
Nodding my head.
Love that. Society Intact is a very fun one given the setting that we're in, because what remains intact at this point?
I've got highlighted ignorance of outsiders.
Which I agree with.
Yeah.
I am musing.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one.
I want to highlight Cosmic Revelation for the Psychic Maelstrom. I know what the fuck I'm about.
Yeah. Valid.
Insight and improvement. Let's go.
For the Earth itself, given the fact that we have talked about mutant plants and there are a lot of other strange and wondrous creatures in this setting, I would like to have a desire be strange new forms.
I would agree with that.
That plays in well with what I just done for the outlying gangs, which is mutant blood.
Beauty.
Love it.
I also, for the outlying gangs, think I want to highlight home-cooked meals.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm cool with that. I think for the Society Intact, again, sort of reading from other things, a technological solution seems to track on for that one.
Yeah.
That has so many good implications. I love this.
That's what I was hoping for.
So I think we just need one more desire for the Earth itself.
I'm going to... I don't have, like, a strict thought. I am going to strike out the fall of man.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I think that that's not super interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't feel like it really fits the setting either.
No.
We're headed from post to post, so...
What about...
What is healing if not... Oh.
No, go ahead.
No, you...
I want to hear that sentence you were about to say, Annya.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I was gonna say, what is healing if not being reborn in fire?
That was what I thought you were going to say, and I wanted that to be on mic.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's all. What were you gonna say, August?
Oh, I was just going to suggest reciprocity. But I mean, honestly, like, to be reborn in fire is kind of fun.
That's technically what happened.
Yeah.
That's really kind of what happens.
Nice. I love it when something's not wrong.
That was the final domino.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Then do we want to go with healing?
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, that works for me.
Rock on.
All of the above is true.
All of the above is true. I have a final question, which I think will bring us into the idle dreaming phase, which is kind of the open conversation that leads into scenes. That is kind of the way that belonging outside belonging games flow. Are we in the... I'm asking this question because partially because I don't think I got a straight answer, and because I think it will heavily inform the direction that we are going. Are we in the ruins of the city that will later be known as the City of Gulls?
Ooh, that would be fun, wouldn't it? And I'm not just saying that because Sparkplug being part of the history is really funny to me.
I really am just so deeply fond of that particular area. So naturally, I'm going to be all for that. And it sounds like this, that would then position us in a time period before, like, the quiet year.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Man horse.
Literally.
Yeah.
This is us on the shores of a great sea, on a beach of black sand, in the shadows of giant birds, scrambling for some semblance of normality. This is before the quiet year, where we are actually established. Oh, yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Okay.
The era before we could set down roots, someone had to be willing to find the seeds.
Yes.
Wow. If that's not majestic as fuck.
To be continued.